From the outside, it looks like a simple checking and savings account. But for the wealthy, it's a clever system of accounts, all working together to put their money on autopilot. This isn't just about having more money, it's about making that money work smarter. Have you ever gotten to the end of the month and wondered, where did it all go? Do you feel like you're playing defense with your finances, just trying to keep your head above water? That's because you're playing a different game than the wealthy. The system I'm about to break down is how the rich automate their wealth, protect their cash from risk, and get financial perks most people don't even know exist. And it all starts by completely changing how you look at a bank account. The foundation, why your single checking account is costing you. Most of us run our entire financial lives out of one, maybe two, bank accounts. The paycheck lands in checking, and every bill, coffee, and grocery run gets paid from that same account. Maybe we have a savings account attached, where we try to stash a little cash when we feel like we can. This is financial chaos. It's like throwing all your clothes, clean, dirty, gym shorts, and work suits, into one giant pile and then being shocked you can never find what you need. The rich live by a simple rule: every single dollar gets a job. This isn't just a cute saying, it's a critical strategy for control. When your bill money is mixed in with your vacation fund and your grocery money, you can't see what's really going on. You glance at your account balance and think you have more spending money than you actually do, because you're not mentally subtracting the rent due next week or the car insurance payment next month. This lack of clarity is expensive. It leads to accidental overspending, a constant low-grade financial anxiety, and the feeling that you can never get ahead. You're not managing your money, you're wrestling with it. The first step in their playbook is to stop the fight. It's time to create order, and you do that by ditching the one-pile system for a multi-account structure that automates good habits. The first layer of control, the multi-account system for clarity. So let's pull back the curtain on the first layer of this structure. This is something anyone can and should set up right now. It has nothing to do with being a millionaire. It's about creating the discipline that builds millionaires. It starts with a minimum of 3 accounts, each with a very specific job. First, you have your operating account. Think of this as a high-traffic funnel, not a storage container. It's a checking account where your paycheck lands, and only your predictable, recurring bills are paid from here: rent or mortgage, utilities, car payments, and insurance. The key is that this account's balance will swing wildly, and that's the point. It's a transaction hub. Large sums of money should never just sit here doing nothing. Second, and this is non-negotiable, you need a high-yield savings account, HYSA. This is not the sad 0.01% savings account your big-name bank offers. This is an account, usually with an online bank, that offers a seriously competitive interest rate. Its only job is to hold your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. This money is your shield against life's curveballs: a job loss, a medical bill, a sudden car repair. By putting it in a separate, high-yield account, you do 2 things. It's out of sight and less tempting to raid for a weekend trip, and it's actually working for you, earning real interest to fight off inflation. Third, you have your goal-oriented accounts. These are extra savings accounts, each tied to a specific, tangible goal. Saving for a house down payment, that gets its own account. Planning a trip to Fiji, separate account. Setting aside money for taxes, another account. This isn't just for organization, it's a psychological hack. When you label an account Fiji Vacation, every dollar you move into it feels like a real step toward that goal. It makes saving a game you can win. You're not just saving money, you're building the future you actually want. This 3-part structure, operating, emergency, and goals, is the bedrock of financial control. You automate it. Money hits your operating account, and automatic transfers immediately fund your emergency and goal accounts. Whatever is left is what you can truly afford to spend. You've given every dollar a job. The second layer, shielding your cash from risk. Now we go from basic organization to actual wealth preservation. Have you ever worried about your bank failing? Probably not, because you've heard of FDIC insurance. But here's what most people miss. The FDIC only insures your deposits up to $250,000 per depositor, per bank, per ownership category. For most people, that's plenty. But if you have a large amount of cash from selling a business or an inheritance, you could easily blow past that limit. Every dollar over $250,000 is uninsured and at risk. The simple solution seems to be opening accounts at different banks, right? But who has time for that headache? This is where the wealthy use a smarter tool: sweep programs and cash management services. These are services often offered by brokerage firms that automatically sweep your cash across a whole network of partner banks. You deposit, say, $1 million into a single account. Overnight, that service automatically splits your money into $250,000 chunks and places them in 4 different FDIC-insured banks. You get one statement and one point of contact, but your money is fully insured. It's maximum safety without sacrificing convenience. If you're finding this look behind the curtain valuable and want more strategies on how the wealthy really build and protect their money, take a second to subscribe. We go deep on this stuff every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. The third layer: unlocking perks with private banking. This brings us to the top of the pyramid: private banking. This is the concierge level of the financial world. To even get a seat at this table, you typically need at least $1 million or more in investable assets. And at this level, the idea of a bank account totally transforms. It's not a place to hold money. It's the command center for your entire financial life, run by a dedicated relationship manager. This private banker is your financial quarterback. They get on the phone with your accountant, your lawyer, and your wealth advisor to make sure everything is working together. The perks are huge. First, you get insane limits. While you might get a fraud alert for buying a plane ticket, a private client can wire millions of dollars without breaking a sweat, making it easy to jump on big opportunities. Second, you get access to sophisticated lending. Instead of selling stocks to buy a vacation home or fund a business, the wealthy use their investment portfolio as collateral for a low-interest line of credit. This lets their investments keep growing untouched while they use the bank's money to make their next move. But the slickest tool in the private banking world is the advanced cash management system, sometimes involving what's known as a zero balance account, ZBA. For the ultra-rich, significant cash never sits in a checking account. Their money is held in their name in cash equivalents like money market funds or short-term government bonds. They write checks and make payments from an account that technically has a zero balance. At the end of each day, the private bank, acting as their custodian, automatically sells just enough of their liquid assets to cover that day's spending. Think about that. Not a single dollar sits idle. Every cent is earning interest until the exact second it's needed. There's no worrying about FDIC limits on the checking account because there's nothing in it. It is the ultimate in financial efficiency, a system that is constantly working, completely automated, and perfectly liquid. How this system builds wealth: it's critical to understand that this entire structure isn't just about organizing or protecting money. It's an engine designed to do one thing: build more wealth. It's built to turn your income into productive investments as fast as humanly or automatically possible. The automation is the secret sauce. Those sweep accounts don't just protect cash. They automatically move any idle money into accounts where it can earn more, ensuring capital is never lazy. This constant, automatic deployment of cash is the quiet force that builds fortunes. Plus, that access to flexible credit means that when an opportunity pops up, a dip in the stock market, a chance to invest in a friend's startup, they can act immediately without messing up their long-term strategy. They use their existing wealth to create new wealth. This whole ecosystem gives their financial team a crystal-clear picture of where every dollar is going. They use this data to make smarter decisions, like harvesting tax losses or using other advanced strategies to boost after-tax returns. This structured flow turns every dollar of income into a tool for building the empire. So, what does this pyramid of control look like? It starts with a solid foundation, separating your money by its job, operating for bills, high yield for emergencies, and specific accounts for your goals. The next layer is about shielding that wealth, using multiple banks or automated sweep services to make sure every dollar is safe. And at the very top is the world of private banking, where sophisticated cash management and integrated lending create a powerful, automated engine for wealth creation. The point here isn't that you need a private banker tomorrow. The point is that these principles are scalable. You can move from financial chaos to a system of control. You can open a high-yield savings account and automate your transfers today for free. The wealthy aren't just earning more, they're playing a different game. By understanding their playbook, you can start using the same strategies of discipline, automation, and control in your own life. If this video helped you see your bank account in a new light, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're going to keep pulling back the curtain on how wealth is really built.